About 12 years ago, we went to a gallery and we saw a piece that was 16 feet high and 300 feet square. It's the size of a New York apartment. And we really, really wanted the piece, but we had no place to put it. It was a work by an artist named Simon Starling, a British artist who subsequently won the Turner Prize a few years ago, which is the most important prize in contemporary British art. We left the gallery kind of bummed out because we didn't buy it. We walked about a block, and I looked at Deborah, my wife, and I said, I cannot live without this piece of art. So we turned around, went back to the gallery, bought the piece, and got home, and we said, oh great, we have a 300 square foot piece of art that's 16 feet high, and we live in a house that doesn't have a 300 square foot space, nor do we have 16-foot ceilings. And that sent us on this incredible odyssey of creating our own exhibition space. We really did it for our community to be able to see our art. Even though it's a private collection, we wanted the opportunity to show it publicly. So as the Wynwood Arts District got going, we began to buy a lot of real estate in the district, just like we had in South Beach 20 years earlier. And in doing so, we found a building that used to be a boxing gym. Very tall ceilings, very big spaces, and we bought the building. And when we bought it, we walked in, there was the rink, there was the heavy bag, there was the light bag, but we eventually wound up using the space for a public space to show our private collection. And we called it World Class Boxing. It was a place where they had trained 2 world champions, 2 Olympic champions, and we figured that if you weren't in the art world, you really weren't going to come to our space anyway. And if you were in the art world, it was kind of like an inside joke and you'd show up. We didn't feel like we needed to call it the Rubel collection or the Margulies collection, so it was always World Class Boxing. And for 12 years, we did exhibitions there of works from our collection. Sometimes they were solo exhibitions for artists, sometimes they were single large works, other times we would commission an artist to come into the space and make work. Now that's a different way to collect. It's a way of amping up your collecting to a completely different level. But it was a joyful experience because we could really buy and add to the collection almost anything because we had the space to show it, we had the space to store it. And so that's been one of the really great moments of collecting for us.